Well, thank you so much for your time. We're here at the Omni in New York, and we're just talking about your new project. So obviously, expansion for you is very firmly on the agenda.
Yeah, definitely. We've got 3 hotels under construction right now as we speak. So we're building a brand new resort in Frisco, Texas, which will be the home to the PGA, and it'll be the home to many of the PGA Championship golf tournaments. That opens up in April, May of 2023. 500-room world-class resort with 11 different food and beverage outlets. We're also under construction in Tempe, Arizona at the Arizona State University campus. It's a 320-room hotel, 3 food and beverage outlets. We try to over-program our hotels to make them much more fun and lively and have a lot of energy and activity. And we will be breaking ground very soon in Pantoque, Mexico, which is very close to Punta Mita. It's about 45 minutes north of Puerto Vallarta, and we'll be building a resort there, 250 rooms, and a real exciting project for us to be building our first owned hotel in Mexico.
It's interesting when you look at that expansion. Are you looking further into Mexico, into the Caribbean, into Canada at all with the Americas?
Not really. I mean, we're kind of, we're an interesting company. We're family owned and operated. We own and operate all of our hotels, which is a very unique model for the business. We grow where it makes sense. We're not here to grow our brand and grow our name. We want to be in the right places that our customers like being in. We want to be able to make sure that we're a profitable and a hotel that does well, not only for the customers, but also for our owner. So we're very strategic as to where we actually build hotels and look for hotels.
It's a great model you're in. Right? We talk about the United States from a hotel development standpoint, and more and more we're seeing white label, more and more franchising. So to turn it completely different and be able to control the brand, control the company, and kind of follow your own footsteps in the same time, can't you?
Yeah, we find our model is what customers today really like, because we own, we operate. As I tell my customers, not only my consumers that stay here on leisure and business, but most importantly our meeting planners who book a lot of meetings and events at our hotels, that there's one culture at Omni. There's only one. When you work at an Omni hotel, you work for Omni Hotels. You're not working for a brand, you're not working for a management company, you're not working for a real estate investment trust. You're working for Omni, and our number one concern is really for our customers. We are very old-fashioned in the way that happy employees make happy customers and then makes the owner happy. So very traditional in our values and very traditional in the way we run our hotels. And I think now we're doing really well. We did real well during COVID. We actually did not lose money. We actually made a little inch of some dollars. But I really believe that's because we control the experience. So, today you can get housekeeping services at our hotels. Today you can get room service at our hotels, where most of the major chains have really cut those amenities. So we're true to our brand Omni. We're true to the service level that we want to create.
And some of the best hospitality in anywhere in the world are in your hotels. I've always had amazing stays, but the service, particularly food and beverage, has been exceptional every single time.
We've spent a lot of time in food and beverage. We always felt that was a competitive advantage. Again, most of the other hotels have outsourced food and beverage, and they're really not in the food and beverage business. If you look at how the major brands make their money, they make their money on franchise fees, and they get a less cut of food and beverage, so it's not really in their best interest. It is in our best interest because we think that the food and beverage drives loyalty and why people visit our hotels. And many of our hotels, we do as much revenue or more revenue in food and beverage than we do in rooms revenue, and that's because we also have a very strong local following.
And you've got, like you said, a very strong local following. You've got a very strong guest return following, don't you? Your hotels, people, they love the brand, they love to stay with it, and they know what experience they're going to get when they visit you.
Totally. We track our customer comments, we participate in surveys, and there's 2 words that come out all the time from customers, and it's warm and friendly. And we don't see that in our competitive environment, but everybody knows when they go to an Omni, the associates are going to be warm, the associates are going to be friendly, and every hotel we build, we really try to tell a story.
And if you look at those experiences like that, when you create these experiences, I mean, travel at the moment, we know what's happening with travel. Travel's really booming. Leisure travel is off the charts, as we know, but your hotels are good for both leisure and business travel at the same time.
Totally. We specialize, we really look at it as more and more. We have a lot of large group hotels, and a lot of our resorts have large meeting space as well and event space. So we kind of look at our 2 major markets are really the corporate meeting planner, the corporate meeting executive, and then the leisure traveler. We did very well during COVID because of the leisure traveler, and a lot of our resorts were in regional destination markets that people could drive to. So for example, Amelia Island, Florida did phenomenal. Grove Park Inn in Asheville, North Carolina did phenomenal. Hilton Head was really sold out all throughout COVID. So we did particularly well in markets where there was drivability, and that they were within regional markets, because people, as you know, were not getting on airplanes. They weren't going to the Caribbean, they weren't going to Europe, they weren't going on long-range destinations, and we did real well. And it still seems to be the case. We ran a tremendous occupancy as a brand in May. We're basically sold out at almost all of our hotels in the month of June on weekends. So the travel is definitely back, fast and furious.
It certainly is, isn't it? And the other thing we talk about too is staff retention in the accommodation industry, and being open through COVID and having all the hotels all thriving, you managed to keep your workforce as well.
We did. We did lose some. We probably have, pre-COVID, we had about 22,000 employees in the company. We're now up at about 17,000, and we need about 21,000, so we're still a little bit short. A lot of people did leave the industry and decide to do something different, so that was hard. But we're doing a little bit better than everybody else because, again, a lot of our employees are long-term associates. When you look at our management team, the length of service that they've had with Omni is tremendous. Myself, I've been with Omni for over 30 years, so we have a lot of long-term executives that really care about the company.
It is such a great company, and the loyal following with the employees is just wonderful to hear. I think we talk a lot about mergers and acquisitions and a lot of brands being swallowed up by the top 5-6 chains in the world, but here you are, you've got a fantastic brand and just such an amazing following, whether it's staff or whether it's guests.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. Actually, pre-COVID, we had a lot of the bigger brands wanting to come and purchase us and look at possibly merging or acquiring our brand. And our ownership is in it for the long run. They see this as a family legacy. They love the brand Omni. It's part of their personal identity. Our ownership group is very involved in the hotels, and they really see this as going from generation to generation.
No, it's wonderful. And thank you so much for your time here in New York City.
Great. Thank you. I enjoyed it.